Chapter 4, baby. The Hanged Man. Our party did level up last session. We are now picking up as they're leaving the guardhouse. We're going to go ahead and first start with Reximus. Reximus, last we left you, you were on your way to the rubble home of Tridum.
Yes. Returning to the scene of the crime. It's the typical bad guy move.
Yeah, exactly. Returning to the scene of the crime in front of Tridum's, well, what used to be Tridum's home.
Mm-hmm.
A now rubbled mess with sandstone from pyramids and his home itself, or at least what's left of it, lying the ground. You currently do not see any guards searching the landmass that was Tridum's home. There are a few people looking at the home from a distance. No one who is at the party, from what you can see. You do see one figure, not wearing guard armor, searching through the rubble, but you currently don't see any guards.
Can I identify the figure that's trying to dig through the rubble?
From this distance, you don't recognize him.
All right, I want to move close enough to identify the figure, but I don't want them to see me just yet.
Okay.
So an 8-foot-something T-Rex is going to sneak up on a guy.
He's still a good distance away, bro. I'm just trying to get a good angle.
60 feet away from him. You begin to walk up to him, kind of near his back, so that he can't see you from his peripherals. And you do make out a kind of a hunched figure, a very vibrant pink, blue, and purple cloak covering the character. Searching through the rubble, you hear some grumbling and some talking as they're picking up rubble and rocks and just things from the home and throwing them to the side. They look like they're looking for something in particular. You're currently looking at the back of them. You can't really pick anything up from them.
Would I be able to identify that cape?
No, you have not seen anything like that.
Okay. Is there any other way to get closer so I can see?
Go ahead and roll a stealth check.
Okay.
Any closer that they might notice you.
Okay.
And it begins, folks. Bad rolls already.
Before we started, he literally was like, "Don't fail me today, dice."
That one, bro.
Yeah.
1.
Stu, have you had one roll that was above a 15 this campaign?
So you said something about it.
I really don't want to use my dice anymore.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to get music for you guys as well. This is the best I can get right now that is royalty-free that I'm aware of. So, Reximus, as you try to get close enough to make out any distinguishing features of this figure, you step on some loose rubble.
Oh no.
Falling forward, landing, a pile of the rubble that had been resting before comes loose. And a large crash and clutter of rocks and stone fall on you. And you take 5 points of damage.
Bruh.
You're fine, I promise. You're not at, 5 health?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No. You currently lay in a rubble of stone and metal, and just everything that was there is now on top of you. Pushing a lot of to the side, you do make your way out of the rubble. The figure, from what you can see, has looked back and is looking at what's happening. When they see you crawling out of the rubble, they turn back and start going through their things. They pay little to no attention to you.
So they saw who I am, and
they saw you get
no
crushed by things.
Okay, well, it's pretty
Claw
obvious
your way
I'm
out.
here now. So, can I just get a good look at them? I'll walk up to them.
So you walk up to them and just kind of lean down to look at this figure's face, and you see a purple masquerade mask, more or less, just over everything above their nose. Purple mask with kind of a starry night sky on it. They continue to go through the rubble, not giving you really any notice.
Mm-hmm.
And as you kind of continue to stare at them, you hear their voice kind of chime up. Right, and what do you want? Can I help you? As he continues to throw rocks and rubble away.
Well, I guess I should ask if I can help you. What are you looking for here?
Well, I'm looking for, and he kind of stops and drops into the items. I'm looking for, and he kind of looks you up and down. Well, nothing really important to you, but it's an item that the owner of this has wonderful rubble has left. He took something from me, and I'm trying to get it back now that he's no longer here, obviously. I'm gonna look for it.
So, this item wouldn't happen to be a key, would it?
The figure stops, kind of straightens their back, still hunched over, but they straighten up a little bit and kind of look up to you. Possibly? What does it have to do with you?
Right. Well, I know a little bit about this key. I was given some information about it before all of this chaos ensued, so I'm willing to help you look for it, but only if you will help me in exchange, of course.
Well, I am a businessman. What kind of help are you looking for?
What do you know about any of the remaining survivors of this pile of rubble?
Well, I wasn't here when it happened. What makes you think I know anything?
Well, you seem to be here, and no one else is, so pretty much the only immediate source of information I have at the moment.
Understandable. Well, what exactly are you looking for? Because I do like to trade, of course. I'm a salesman. Speaking of which, would you like to buy anything? I have a lot of items.
Yes, I'm sure. I'm just saving my money for other things. Listen, well, I'm looking for a few different individuals, and I'm not sure if you're acquainted with such individuals yourself. Do you mind telling me your name so I know what sort of class you...
Yes. I am Tick. Pleasure. He reaches out his hand. Some call me Rat, some call me Tick, some call me a pain in the ass, but that's besides the point.
Right.
He reaches out his hand.
I'm afraid I've never heard of you before. What?
That's good. That's probably for the best. Sorry, did you say you shake his hand?
No, I'm not going to shake his
Corona.
So he's just, he has his hand out, looks up to your eyes. Rude. Okay. And he puts his hand away. Yes, Tick. And who are you?
I, of course, am Reximus Snarlshire of the Snarlshire.
Yes, of the Snarlshire household. Yes, the ones who do all the diplomacy and all of that.
Yes. So you have.
Have you heard from your parents? That's besides the point. Anyways, so what do you want to know?
Wait, what did he just say?
Have you heard from your parents? That's besides the point. So what do you want to know?
That depends on what you know, I guess.
I'm a trader. Information is traded. What do you want to know? And maybe I'll give you something in return. Because I'm giving you a lot of things at this point, and you're going to help me look for an item that may or may not actually be here. So, it doesn't really equal out ways,
Right. Okay, well, listen, I would just like to know the whereabouts of anyone in the Gorbov family.
Oh.
If you have that information.
Well, I mean, the family went off running back to their home. That's all I saw. I don't really keep tracks of the Gorbovs. They're kind of boring. That's the word I was looking for. They're boring. That's the one.
Oh, okay. Well, how about anyone of the Orman and Ryder families?
The little boy with the glasses, he went back home, I think. I don't know about the bard. He kind of stared off in the distance.
With the glasses.
Yeah, they're still boring. You're giving me boring people to deal with. Give me something entertaining if you're going to waste my time like this. I could be searching.
I still feel as though you haven't... Well, I guess you did give me one piece of information I could use. What do you know about my parents?
Ah, and that's not a boring question. Now, I know that they are diplomats for this country and they do travel around a lot. What exactly are you looking for, information-wise?
You said something earlier that, kind of...
Yes, have you spoken to them recently?
Yeah, well, I haven't. They've been away for a good...
You can write letters, or use magical spells like message and so forth.
Right,
Or even birds. Sometimes birds can talk. Have you ever seen a talking bird?
So you
really annoying.
You yourself don't know anything about their whereabouts at this current moment.
Yes.
So, what do you know?
Well, that's not free information I can give.
Well, I'm gonna help you do the thing with the scraping the...
You see, I can do that myself. See, giving you the information like that fun information like that. That will cost a little more than just helping me look for this item like a good Samaritan.
All right. Well, what if I gave you a little bag of foreign sand? Do you think that would be interesting to you?
Sorry, foreign sand?
Yes. Sand from the country of Dominari. Is that how you say it?
Right. Do you actually have foreign sand in your inventory? I'm sorry.
I have sand. I'm just trying to pass it off as foreign sand.
Okay. Right. I
The
don't really
diplomat who's
need
never left the country.
sand. Well, you see, I sell and obtain magical, cursed, and just entertaining items. For example, and he opens up his cloak. Here's a deck of cards. Here's another deck of cards. Both of them do weird things. He closes his cloak, opens up the other end, and there's just armor and weapons lining the cloak. How it fits in there, you're not sure. There's a bunch of other stuff that I have. He closes it again. You see, sand is boring. And you, my sir, are also starting to bore me. And he leans back down and starts rummaging through the pile again.
I think I've had enough of this conversation as well. So I'm going to, I don't even say bye, I just turn around and start walking away.
Oh, actually, Snarlshire, I do have one thing I can give you for free.
What's that?
A piece of advice. He holds out his hand. Don't be rude. You might get a little more information if you be nicer to people. He holds out his hand for you to shake it again.
Well, you did give me a little bit of free information that I could use to my advantage, so I appreciate it, and I shake his hand.
Perfect. He grabs onto your hand, clasps his other hand around it, shakes it vigorously. Your parents are in Dominari, by the way. Also, you might want to pay close attention to the girls and the man with glowing ears. And he puts his hand away and he turns back and starts rummaging through the pile of rubble again.
All right, very well. Good luck with your search.
Thank you very much.
All right, I'm gonna walk off, and I want to head towards.
Don't trust the demons.
Okay.
You,
I just want to head to the Gorbov's house.
as Reximus is on his way over to the Gorbovs
Okay.
in that time period, Tat and Chrissy, you two
All
are
right.
currently leaving the guardhouse. Barky is with you. Where are you heading?
Well,
I don't know.
Chris is going
Okay.
to buy a room for Tat to stay in because Tat doesn't know where to go.
Okay. You guys head back to the lower districts where your inn is. During this time, do you two talk at all? It's a bit of a journey. It's 30 minutes or so.
Yeah, as soon as
Probably.
we start going, I'll ask if I can ride on Barky.
Adorable.
Can he carry me or something?
Barky doesn't mind too much, and he picks you up and just puts you on his shoulders.
Yay! I'm even taller than I was before.
As you guys are walking, you eventually get to the ski lift system that allows you to go from district to district. Barky has some problems entering into the trolley as it is smaller than him, and as he enters, you both feel this trolley system shake and rumble a bit as the machine starts to go. While walking, you do eventually get to the inn you're staying at. This inn you've been staying at for the past day or so is the Stag's Head Inn. Tat, you know this is the inn you had been sleeping outside of for a while, and you know the innkeeper quite well. As you both enter, Barky kind of sets you down. I will stay out here, as it is too small for me. And he gives you kind of a leafy grin as he stands outside.
Can I hug one of his legs?
He pats you on the head a bit. You two enter the Stag's Head Inn. Dominique, the innkeeper, waves to you, Chrissy, as you two have spoken before to get the room. When he sees you, Tat, he kind of lights up a bit, and he, Tat, good to see you again. Been a while.
Hey,
How was the upper districts?
Oh, it was really crazy. I have had a day and a half. I can't wait to start writing in my journal about all the crazy things that happened to me today. And this is my new friend named Chrissy.
Interesting music. Sorry.
Suddenly, the forges of war have been fired.
Apparently. Dominique waves to you, Chrissy. He's like, yes, we have done met, yeah. So you stay in the night again?
Yes, and I would like to also get an extra room for the small one.
Right. Again, half price like normal, Tat. He does ask for 7 copper again, just for a room for Tat to stay in. So do you hand over the 7 copper, Chrissy?
Yeah.
I'll just kind of smile up at Chrissy and be like, thank you.
Pat on head.
It is currently about 2:30 in the morning. You two are at the inn. What would you like to do?
That'll be a little sleepy.
Alrighty, well, Tat, do you want to head up to bed, or do you need a drink, or maybe a quick little snack like a piece of bread?
I'm not hungry. I had a lot of food at the party, but some water would be good.
Okay.
Or
We'll take
juice, if they
two
have
waters
juice.
real quick before we head up.
Sure thing. And Dominique takes 2 glasses of just water and hands them over. And he gets back to cleaning up the bar and the tavern for the night.
Alright, well, I'll pass the Tat first. So, how exactly did you end up in that situation, Tat? In the house?
What situation? The house?
How'd you end up in the house?
Well, I was there with Mr. Vlad Desiree. He hired me to do the music. So, yeah, it was my first big gig. It was kind of scary, to be honest. Being on stage was a little, stage frighty. Never performed in front of that many people before.
Right. But, how'd you end up in the house, with...
Oh, Mr. Vlad was there. And then I just kind of followed the group. And then things happened. It was
Okay.
confusing and scary. Beans everywhere.
I imagine
What were
so.
you doing there?
Well, since I've accidentally told you my name already, how good are you at keeping secrets?
I can keep secrets pretty well. I haven't heard too many, but I'm good at them when I have them.
Okay, in that case, well... And so she'll, lean down and kind of talk real low just in case, there just happens to be anybody, around a corner or something.
The tavern is basically empty besides Dominique. Pretty much everyone has either passed out or gone up to their beds.
I can't tell anyone, but I didn't mean to tell you my real name. It's Chrysanthemum. My name's not actually Arabella, which I think I realize that is now my fault for accidentally telling you because that was a slip-up.
Who's Arabella?
My fake name.
I'm confused. You have a fake name?
Yes, because...
Can I have a fake name?
No, I was basically at the party because I snuck in, and I was there to steal from the rich to give that money to the poor because the poor needed more.
So you're a thief?
I wouldn't say a thief, but more of taking back what rightfully belongs to the people.
So you're
This is
robbing.
like new concepts to my small brain. I'm just processing.
You know what? It's late. You probably should go to sleep. Here's your key for your room.
Thank you.
Make sure to march on your way to your bedroom.
Yes. Dwarven war music, yeah.
Because I know this is a lot to probably process for you, and you're probably very tired. So you're probably very worn out.
Mm-hmm. So you rob what for a good reason?
I would hope so. Some may not see it as that. Others do. I
Mm-hmm.
guess it's just all in a matter of perspective and opinion.
I see. I need to think about it more.
That's
Okay,
That's
I'm gonna go to sleep. Have a good night.
Good night. Small child.
Are we gonna talk tomorrow? Maybe you can
Oh.
help me find my parents.
Sure, why not?
Okay. I'll meet you down here at a time.
At a time.
That's good enough for me, and I'll go upstairs.
So, Ted, you do head upstairs to your room. It's not amazing, but it's 7 copper.
I'll start writing in a little journal when I get there, assuming that I get there safely.
Yep, you get there safely. You hop up on the bed and start writing into your journal. Chrissy, what are you doing currently?
Well, after I finish my glass of water, head to my room, put away this dress that I have for special rich stealing party occasions, and change into pajamas and count out what I was able to steal for the night, and then put it with the rest of my stuff and go to sleep.
As you're counting out your money, I would like you to go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Okay. 6.
Okay. Yeah, so you finish counting out your money, you place it where it normally goes, and you head to bed. Tat, do you do anything besides writing in your journal before bed?
I maybe change out of my fancy party clothes and instead go back to the regular, comfortable, but probably dirty and tattered clothes that I usually have.
Alright, sounds good.
Oh, wait, is there a window in my room?
No, there's not.
Okay.
Not in this
I was
room.
just wondering if I could peek out at Barky, see where he was.
Oh,
You do hear the rustling of leaves and branches, though, from Barky kind of moving around an alleyway to get comfortable. Barky
Building
does
your
start
own.
to snore, so you do hear a slight kind of rumble outside. And with that, you do head to bed. Alcides, last we
Yes.
left you, you were on your way to the Gorbov household. You do get there, and on the steps up to the doorway, you do see a package. Other than that, the door is closed and the lights are still on inside the building.
A package. Can I inspect it?
Yeah, as you walk up to it, you do see a piece of paper folded and stuck to the top of the box. You go and open it up, and I'm sending you a message with what it reads. And you do see that on the note. From that, you can assume the gift is for you, as per the signature.
I pick it up and open it then.
It is fairly heavy. You do see, as you open the box, you see armor. In pieces, of course. It isn't all set together. You do see this set of armor laying inside the box as a gift for you.
I give a big smirk and say everything worked out indeed.
Perfect. So you knock on the door, yeah? Very shortly, you hear footsteps kind of running to the door, and it swings open. And you do see Nina standing in the doorway, eyes wide, just kind of in surprise.
Oh, thank God you're okay. Hi, Alcides.
Hi!
What happened?
Long story. May I come in?
Of course.
And she kind of like steps back, and the door opens up. You enter in the house. It doesn't look like Driduk is there waiting for you, and you can't see Ingrid anymore. But Nina is kind of standing there like,
So what happened?
Can we like
Story.
go sit down somewhere or like?
and she starts walking towards the kind of living room area where you guys can sit down and
Okay.
talk.
Before I start, where's everybody?
Well, I haven't seen my mother. My father is back in his office working. He wasn't as worried. I don't really know why. I mean, that's my dad, though. But I haven't seen my mom, and the servants are just doing their thing. I'm confused. Can you just tell me what happened?
Out of nowhere, hear a loud boom. I turn around. Ground's like breaking everywhere. A pyramid shows out of nowhere. Another pyramid shows out of nowhere. And so then I turned around, told people, shouted, told Alexia that we need to get people out of here and all this. And I tried finding your mother because I knew she was still there, and I could not spot her anywhere. So I'm only hoping that, that she got out. But as far as I know, she was far enough away from the destruction that she should have got out safely. I just do not know where she is at.
Yeah, I haven't seen her, heard from her at all, so I don't really know where she is either. As to explaining, she's listening very thoroughly. As you get to the kind of tail end of things, as you explain to her, and then you left and you were on your way to her home, you hear another knock at the door, and Nina immediately jumps up and runs to the door. Reximus.
Yep.
You currently stand in front of the Gorbov household. So as you knock on the door, a few seconds pass and you hear some footsteps running to the door, and it swings open, and you see Nina Gorbov standing in the doorway.
As this is happening, I kind of loom, look through the.
And you do see Reximus standing in the doorway. Nina sees you, and from what you can tell, she immediately gets a little bit disappointed, as if she was waiting for somebody else. Hi, Reximus. Is everything okay?
I mean, it is, with me, I suppose. How's the rest of your family? Did they all make it out, or are they all inside?
I'm waiting for my mom. I don't know where she is. I haven't seen my mother at all.
You haven't heard about her, or...
No. My father and I left Alcides, and she kind of looks around and motions for Alcides to join her. She motions for you to come towards the door, Alcides. Alcides did just get here and is explaining pretty much everything to me, at least from his perspective.
I'm sorry. I'm not sure that this is where I need to be.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I have to go, and I turn around and start running.
Okay.
So
Start leaving. Before you can run,
Mhm.
as you turn around, you see Vlad Desiree standing behind you
Okay.
As you turn around, you see him. Hello. He looks well dressed. Doesn't look tattered at all. Good to see you. I was looking for you, Reximus, and he kind of looks behind you a bit. Alcides, are you in the doorway at all, or did you join Nina? You did?
Yeah.
All right. And you, Sir Dragonborn, I am looking for the two of you. Would you mind coming with me?
For what?
Well, in regards to our meeting with Lord Trido, and what we discussed inside the building, of course, looking to talk with you about that.
Listen, I'm not sure that that's the most important thing right now. We need to make sure that everyone inside the mansion is safe.
But I say there's more important matters right now. Ingrid Gorbov is nowhere to be found after everything happened.
Yes, right, Ingrid. No, I did see her. I do know she is okay. I saw her going through the town shortly before I made my way over here. From the looks of it, she looked okay. Looks like she wasn't at the party when everything began to crumble.
Right, okay. Well,
I'm guessing Nina lets out like a big oh thank goodness.
Yeah, she lets out a sigh, more or less, sigh of relief. Mrs. Gorbov is okay. If you'd like, we can talk as we walk. I would like to discuss things with you and your friend here. You
I asked
Alcides.
before I go, I turn around and talk to Nina for a minute. I ask her, am I still welcome to stay here tonight, or do I need to find a different place to stay for the night?
You're fine to stay here. Yeah, no, absolutely. It's still paying you for protection, I guess.
Would you do me a favor? Would you take this box up to the room I'm staying in?
Yeah, sure. And she kind of grabs it, and as she does, she just the weight drops, and you can see her automatically begin to struggle with the box.
I say, you know what? Let me carry it upstairs. I'll go carry it upstairs real quick.
Okay, you pick it back up, and she's okay. And carry it upstairs too.
I asked her to come upstairs with me just so I can talk to her as I go up.
Okay. Yeah, she begins to go with you. Reximus, what are you doing currently?
I guess I turn to Vlad and I just kind of... Do you know of anyone else that came out of it safe and unharmed, or...
I'm fairly certain everyone's fine. Of course, we were inside and we took the brunt of everything.
Right. You don't happen to have any healing potions or anything on you, do you?
Oh, no, I do apologize. I do not.
Well, I figured as much. Okay, well, I might...
Should have stuck with the little girl.
Are we walking to this place, or do you have a carriage?
Well, we can walk to find anyone else you're worried about. Of course, we can move as we talk. We're just gonna wait for our dragonborn friend.
I guess the point is I can't sleep on the way.
No.
All right. That's.
I don't have a carriage with me, and he kind of motions around to himself.
Right. Well, how's it going?
It is
Nice weather.
it's good. I feel great actually. It's yes, how are you doing?
Never mind. I don't like this. Never mind. Let's just. Yeah, I'm just hum to myself while I wait. I'm gonna just hum to myself while I wait for them to.
Just goes.
Alright, you guys wait in silence then. So Alcides, you are currently walking up the stairs with Nina as you're carrying the box up to your room. So, what did you want to talk about?
There's a couple things I want to talk about. First thing is, I'm not exactly sure what this consists of, and as long as I am still out, I want to make sure you are safe, so please stay here. And, I mean, at least until your mother or someone arrives back here, and while I'm out, I will see if I can find her or make contact with her.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Also, I noticed something that Mr. Reximus seemed to take a different, not approach, but as soon as your mother was mentioned, things were different.
Right.
Did you notice that?
No, I didn't. I'm sorry.
Just something in his tone or expression, just as soon as he found out that your mother wasn't home, you could tell something was bothering him.
I was more focused on other things there. I'm sorry.
Well, it's okay.
As of this point, you've reached your room when you set down the box and are currently heading back downstairs. Is there anything else you wanted to say?
I'm just gonna end it off with I'm really happy you made it all fine. I'm sorry I wasn't there with you when everything went down.
It's okay. I'm just glad you're okay as well. That's could have gotten much worse. So yes, as of this point, you have reached back downstairs and you look to see the door open and Reximus and Vlad are both just kind of standing there awkwardly.
Question.
Do you know
could
this
I
tune?
change into my armor before we went?
That would have taken some more time, but yeah.
I'm gonna put on the chainmail for now until I can figure out some things about the other armor.
Okay.
Do you know this one,
All right.
Vlad?
Yes. Good song.
Very true question. I just made it up.
Can I walk outside? Like, all right, you guys can stop being awkward now. Let's go.
Oh yes, okay.
Perfect.
Onwards.
So, I wanted to talk to you about the meeting, of course. You were in there during the meeting, right, Alcedes? I can't remember. My memory's a little bit blurry.
I was outside. I was outside the door.
I'm sorry, you assumed this young... I can't even call him gentleman. This young squire was in our meeting. That's what you just assumed.
As soon as he said that, I slug him in the arm.
All right, enough to do some damage, or
I'm gonna die from getting punched in the arm.
Unarmed strike. Hit.
oh, you're actually going to hit him?
I am going to hit him.
Oh no!
Wait, how much health do you have?
Why'd I have to open my big fat mouth?
He has 5 health. He looks. You look at him and you see he looks dreadful. He's bleeding. He is not a...
Punch him right in the bruise.
I'm still gonna hit him, but I'm not gonna do damage.
Okay, so it's just a friendly kind of slug.
The star said,
No, I hit him hard. I hit him really hard.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God.
No, if you hit him hard, you're doing damage.
Yeah.
Can I do half damage?
No.
You either hit me really hard,
I hit
or
him
you're hitting me a little
hard
bit.
enough that he feels something, but he doesn't
Yeah.
take damage.
You can do non-lethal damage. No,
If you want to
can do
knock
it.
me out, go
Go
for
for
it,
it.
bro. Stu is having the worst experience, but his character low-key deserves it. Wow. That's kind of true.
I'm gonna punch him because
All right, roll to hit
Go
him.
for it,
Because
bro.
why not?
I won't be mad, I promise. At least I won't be mad. My
That's
character
a
might, but...
17 plus
It's for
7.
the character drunk.
17 plus 7.
Yep.
Oh.
Watch that.
That's gonna hurt.
So, Reximus, as you're walking in,
Yeah.
you're like, this squire was in our meeting.
After fight.
Feel a punch in the back.
In the back, dude.
In the back,
said
and
he
it
was
just
going
sends
for
a
the arm.
shock
Oh,
up your
goodness.
spine. And you get dealt 6 damage.
Oh, sick. All right, yeah, I'm
And
knocked
you
out.
hit
With...
the ground.
Yeah, I'm knocked out for sure.
I say, all right, I'll get him. I tell him what, I'll get him, and I just pick him up.
You,
I'm sorry.
down-
You just pick up an 8-foot tall dinosaur person.
Yep.
All right.
I could drag you.
By the
As you
way,
lean down to pick him up, Vlad looks shocked, more or less.
I say I don't like being insulted.
Understandable. I
And
get it.
he said some things earlier, so
And
Yeah.
as you lean out to hit him, to pick him up, sorry, you feel 2 arms slam into your back, into the metal on your back, and you're now currently on the ground prone. And you look up to see Vlad's face kind of melting away into a bluish gray kind of skin.
Ew.
His mouth kind of folds away, and the eyes
Ugh.
like gloss over yellow.
oh no.
so it's not bad.
From what you can see, I don't think it is. No.
You just knocked me out.
Okay.
Yo,
Here we
1v1 me,
There's gonna
bro.
be a fight, and we just ruined
Oh
ourselves.
no.
As you look up to him, you begin to see the shadows around you moving and shifting. Please roll initiative.
Yo, I rolled above a 10, chat.
It was
Yeah.
just 11.
How high above a 10? 1.
One above a 10.
I'll say these. You're up first. You are currently prone. So you're gonna have to spend half your movement to get up in the first place. Currently, you see the shadows around you moving, and in front of you is the doppelganger.
I'm gonna stand up. It's obviously, trying to hurt me.
Yeah, it has hurt you.
Basically, your choice is fight or stabilize me.
Do I want to 1v1 this thing, or do I want to stabilize?
It's up to you, dude. I can sit here
Up to
and
you.
roll death saves.
I'm currently using the vicious longsword, two-handed. So what I'm going to do, I'm going like this, now one-handed, and pulling out the shield. So I am going to stabilize too.
All of a sudden, you feel a jolt of cold energy, Reximus, as your eyes open up, and you see Vlad has now turned into not Vlad.
Hey, Reximus, yeah, how you feeling there, bud?
Really great. But,
So you see what happened is as soon as after I slugged you, Vlad kind of went.
Reactions talks have to be small.
Okay.
You
Vlad-
only have a couple seconds.
Vlad is not Vlad. Yeah, he's shadow things. So now we must kill.
yeah, I kind of picked up on that.
Dear diary. My
Yeah.
friends are dying.
Basically, yeah. Next up is not Vlad's turn. He lunges at you and slams you a few times. 14 total damage to you.
Yo, what the heck?
Reximus, it is now your turn. You are currently laying on the ground.
I'm gonna get up. I do have a small knife. I wanna take one out and kind of throw it at the doppelganger.
Go ahead and roll to attack it.
A nat 20, baby!
Hey!
Let's go! Finally.
Go ahead and roll damage.
That's a 1.
So you deal 2 damage.
Nice. Okay.
2 damage with a natural 20?
Yep.
That's the most disappointing thing I've ever heard.
And I just say, try to hold him down.
Alcides,
And shadowy.
you see from the shadows a figure reach out and attack you. And you watch as it realizes it wasn't in the right area and goes flying into a wall. It lunges from the shadow, just like, and it hits the wall and kind of phases through it.
We all just kind of look at each other and we're like,
Yeah, yeah, basically.
So there's like other
Banish the
things
shadows,
around
banish
us
the
and not
shadows,
just the not Vlad.
From what you can tell, yeah. Alcides is now your go.
I'm going to activate my Sacred Oath. Defragger. You want to explain to them what it does, Blue?
With kind of a sudden jolt of energy behind you, Reximus, you watch as Alcides sprouts 2 neon white arms from below his other arms.
Wow.
And you now see that Alcides has 4 arms, 2 of them neon white underneath his 2 normal black
See the
scale
neon arms? You see that I now, with 2 arms, that's the great sword. I have shield in bottom, and I have another weapon in my left hand.
Spider-Man?
So you
Impressed.
So you watch as he now holds the longsword that he had before in 2 hands, a shield in one, and pulls out a small, simple bladed weapon from behind him as well.
So I'm going to attack with both the longsword and the equal.
Okay.
I'm going to divine smite that as well. And then I am just going to ready myself and be ready for someone to
Okay.
come at me.
So then it is now not Vlad's turn. As you have
Whose
done the
turn is
most
it?
damage to him, he sees you as the most immediate threat. He hits you once for another 6 damage. Reximus, your turn.
I would like to position myself so that I'm sort of in the direction of both the shadows
ghost
and this not Vlad. Is that possible?
Right, then you know.
Yeah, so the shadows to your right is last where you saw the shadowy figure. You go ahead and do that.
And I would like to cast sleep.
Oh.
Oh.
I'm just aiming at the point between the shadows and the doppelganger or whatever. If it
Got
So
it.
that'd be to
So
if
that
he's,
means
if he's
that
within
means
20
Alcides.
feet, then he probably will be affected too.
Yeah, Alcides is... Both you and Alcides are in that area. I don't think it affects you, though.
And
I would
blah,
say
blah,
it
blah.
should be able to affect yourself.
It says nothing about not affecting me.
Yeah.
But I would assume my hit points are higher than these creatures.
You have
You have
1 health
2.
point.
You have 1 health.
Oh,
health
it's like current HP. It's not like
Yeah.
Yes, not your
Oh.
total. This is how many hit points you have.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Maybe I shouldn't do this.
Well, I mean, hey, if it falls asleep and you also fall asleep, then Alcides just deals with the shadow.
He can just
thing.
wait.
Alcides has 3 health.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh. Oh, you could still target a point that's like 19 feet away from the doppelganger guy and get him, but not yourselves.
So I
See that much?
do want to cast sleep then. Just aim it away
just-
from us.
Okay. You cast the incantation, and you see the spell take effect, and you see, not Vlad, the doppelganger, its eyes grow heavy, and it just kind of begins to fall asleep. You can't tell if you got the shadows or not.
Okay. Well, I at least put him to sleep, so that works.
Tat, while you're writing in your journal, you finish up your journal and you're beginning to head to bed. Looking around the room as you put away your journal, you see in the shadows a shadowy figure moving. And you watch as it walks out from the shadows. Can you make a wisdom saving throw for me?
Okie doke.
I swear, it's something coming out the small child.
Luca, we need your help. That is a 2 + 2.
Yeah.
So, you feel an immediate burning sensation in your hands. I believe it's the right hand.
Ow.
Would you scream at the pain?
Probably.
It is fairly bad. So yeah, Chris, you hear from the couple rooms over, you hear screaming. From Tat's room, to be specific. This does wake you from your slumber, as it is a very shrill, childish screech.
I run towards Tat's room. Well, actually, I make sure that I have my armor on first and at least my rapier with me, and then I run towards Tat's room.
So you grab your rapier and armor. Tat, after the burning pain and the sensation dissipates, you look around the room, someplace you don't remember being, and you look down in your hand. You do see a soft amber glow coming from the makeup and wrappings around it. Slowly, the amber glow fades, and suddenly Chrissy barges into your room. How do you react?
I'm unaware of what's going on, so I'll just kind of jump back. I'll just immediately be like, who are you? What do you want?
So yes, Chrissy, you currently enter the room to see Tat now holding a bladed boomerang at you.
Tat, it's me, Chrissy.
I'll just kind of be annoyed for a second and like yank out the pins holding my hair up, and it'll fall around.
I'm not wearing the makeup and pretty stuff, and this is my normal self. But what's wrong? What's going on?
What are you talking about? I didn't scream. I'm just gonna reach over to my bag.
But you did.
Put it on. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just gonna start kind of scooting around, like, you know how animals will
from the party.
Circle each other. I'll be like, I've never seen you before in my life.
Okay. Do you remember the past, 2 minutes?
Yeah. Being here, waking up here.
Okay, and you don't remember yourself screaming?
Nope. Getting out of here if you don't mind, lady. Is there...
Oh, wait.
No, there's no window in this room, he said.
Just the one door she came in from, behind Chrissy.
Okay. I'm gonna sheath my rapier now. Okay, so and I put my hands up. So you really don't remember me, even though we literally met last night, tonight, whatever, at the party.
Look, just leave me alone. I don't know who you are. You're being weird.
I'm not the one being weird here. I'm not sure what to do in this situation.
Get out of the way or I'm going to hear you.
Okay, tiny child. Tat. There's no need to attack. Do you remember Barky?
I don't make any indication that I know what you're talking about. Can I try to just, yeet forward and slide through her legs?
Yeah, go ahead and make a athletics check.
6 total.
Chrissy, you're going to try to stop her.
Yes.
Okay. You see Tat lunge for kind of a space in between your legs so she can slide through, and you quickly just shut your legs, put them together, grab Tat's head as she runs into your legs. So now you're basically holding onto Tat's head, keeping her from moving. What do you want to do?
Kind of take a quick look around the room to see if anything looks out of the ordinary.
Roll a perception check for me.
11.
Nothing seemed out of the ordinary. What do you see?
Darn. So the spot where Tat got hurt on the hand, is that a visible or no?
You don't see any.
Okay, just checking. So I hold Tat's tiny little head in my hands and just look her straight in the eyes, Tat, calm down. I'm not here to hurt you. Please calm down, child.
As you look into Tat's eyes, they have a different color to them. Instead of the...
They were light blue before.
Yeah. And as you're looking into them now, they are brown color, from what you can see.
Wait. Your eyes blue?
And that is a good point to finish up Alcides and Reximus' fight. It is now Alcides, your turn. Reximus kind of points his hand off in one direction, chants a few words under his breath, and then you watch as the doppelganger, its eyes slowly close and it hits the ground, unconscious. You don't see the shadows moving anymore.
Attacks again. just
Okay.
attacks again. So, yo, having big boy strength helps a lot. As a 9, I'm gonna divine smite that. I'm gonna use my last spell slot for a divine smite.
Reximus, you watch as, I'll say, he stabs down into its back, pulls out its blade again, and stabs down again. And you watch as it just stops moving. It was already unconscious.
So it's no longer asleep, it's just straight up dead.
It's no longer breathing.
Alright.
And that would end combat.
Sick, because the music just ended as you did that. So.
It's perfect timing.
Lit.
And that is actually a perfect point to end today's session as
Any-
the body
okay, what-
stops moving. Unless you two want to do anything.
You know what I want to do? I just pass out right
Slap
there. Can I
nine
do
back.
that? Can I
Fall
just
asleep
pass
on the
out?
streets?
Yeah. What? I thought we were
Wait.
still on the front lawn, dude. What do you mean?
No, you guys walked for a bit.
I'm gonna punch him again.
Bruh. Please don't.
You don't. That's the end of the session.
Thank you. If you have anything D&D related that you have made for us, such as fan art or animations or anything, please tweet it on Twitter or put it in the Discord. Use hashtag EvoTech D&D. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a good night. See you guys later.
See you guys.